I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about a few things. Always buying assets, how your good credit and assets can build wealth. A lot of you may already know, but we're going to delve into this and a bit more tonight and also help you improve your credit. You can look down below the video in the description, and there's lots of things, and most of them have to do with no hard inquiries in case you need to build, establish, or increase or improve your credit. And we're going to talk about smart credit is worse. It's just so you want that credit monitoring service to always make sure your credit is up to par, or so you can improve your credit. So let's get into it tonight and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe to below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only with the icon that can be in the chat room. Everybody else, you can watch. And therefore, everyone, please share the videos, because you never know who's going to need this help that's about to come down tonight. Again, it's also Wealthy Wednesday SSN Nation live stream. Let me see who's in the house first. It looks like we have Walt Lewis is here. Welcome, the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live icon next to his name. So I greatly appreciate that, because that means he's a member of the channel. That also means he can join me on any live stream. And how do you find that out? Because they have special get into live stream under the community tab on the YouTube channel page. And he brings his tagline, hello SSN family, hello to you too, welcome back fam. Really appreciate it, and appreciate that financial support as well. So much love from me to you, and once again, very nice to see you here. And Laverne Penix is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday stream. And he have, if you can't stream tonight, that means in the live stream chat room. That means that you are not a member of the channel. Subscriber only cannot get in the chat room. You have to be a member in order to get in the chat room. Everybody can watch. And Laverne Penix brings in his tagline. He says, hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I got the notification and trailer. He always reminds me to make sure I always forget. Let me know if you received the YouTube notification and saw the trailer this evening. That'd be greatly appreciated. And Laverne Penix is known in this here parts as Mr. Cool. That's right. Hey, Mr. Cool is here, so I appreciate it. Once again, Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he has the icon. The only way you can be in the chat room. Everybody can watch though. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello all, let's do this. And thank you so much again, Victor Marrero, for being in the house on a Wednesday night live stream in the chat room. And ladies and gentlemen, you might want to get your pen, pads, and papers ready. You never know what gem somebody might drop. I don't know everything. I'm not a financial advisor. All right. So there's lots of other people who have experiences of all kinds, and they can help any questions that you may have, because this is the No Guru Zone, ladies and gentlemen. We help people. We're trying to help as many people as we can, because we want financial freedom earlier than later, if you can get it. All right. So let me get into something straight off the bat, because how your good credit and assets can build wealth. Well, there's one thing before I get into this. Make sure you smash that like button, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you like what I'm talking about during the course of this live stream, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. That would help. And again, down below in the description, if you need to improve your credit repair with Smart Credit, I'll show a video about that shortly. It's down below in the description. There's lots of things down there that can help you out. Now, let's get into this, how your good credit and assets can build wealth. Let's get into the first things first. A lot of people take things for granted. Now, this is strictly not a recommendation, all right? I'm not giving a recommendation. I'm just giving you facts of the matter with regard to one of our favorite subject matters, stock market investing. A lot of people think it's just about stock market investing, and you're putting money aside and you're not really thinking what you're actually doing. You're doing more than just buying stock. You're doing more than just buying dividend stocks. You're doing more than buying ETF funds. You're doing a lot more than that, but you may not realize it. So all I can do is give you an example. So Elon Musk, he has numbers of shares of stock for Tesla. He became the second richest person on the planet when the Tesla stock went from, let's say, it went from 300 down to $110 a share. The reason why is because the share price matters. So when he bought Twitter, he was able to borrow from his stocks, the Tesla stocks. He was able to put together a package deal without having to use his own personal credit. He used the credit based on what he was holding, his assets, which is a stock. So when some of you, and of course we here, talk about investing in the stock market, and the reason why is not only because you can use your credit. In some cases, you don't have to use your credit at all. You're just using your asset. This is very, very powerful because there are people who after 5, 10, 15, 20 years, they may have substantial amount of money. And it could be, let's just say something, $500,000 could be in their account. They can borrow against that. Yes, it's going to cost you something. It's risky to do that. But if you borrow against it, then you better be borrowing to buy another asset that you for sure is going to pay you. Not any high risk, not any searching, trying to start a business, nothing like that. You want to put it into something that definitely is going to give you back money so you can pay it back. You'll be your own bank. And I'll get into why you don't want to really have your money in a bank, but some people still do. All right. Now, that is one way that you don't even need credit, because we always go with no barriers to entry, right? That makes it a lot simpler. So if all you need is some money invested in the stock market, and then once your stocks elevate to a certain level, you can always borrow against it. Yes, you have to pay it back. All right. That's just the way it is. Now, that's one way. Now, I said good credit. One way you can maintain your good credit or even get credit repair, we got to talk about Smart Credit. I've made some videos about it before, so I don't talk too much about it because you can search the channel. Smart Credit, it's a business credit repair. Kind of, it can repair because they have letters. They also have letters that they have already printed for you. All you have to do is just send it electronically. And they have, I don't even know, there was hundreds of letters in the back office. And you can send it in to try and get your credit a little better. If there's somebody they say you missed a payment, you didn't. Even if you missed a payment, you can always send a letter saying, hey, with goodwill, I've always paid on time for years. Can you just cut me some slack this time? Sometimes they will. Oftentimes they won't. But you still can ask, and they have letters in the back office. Any other disputes, they have that as well. But they all go to the creditor. They do not go to the credit bureau. But nonetheless, it's the best credit monitoring system is Smart Credit. The link is down below if you want to explore it because they give you a free trial. So that makes it pretty easy for you as well. I'm trying to see if I actually have the smart credit video. Normally I do, but it looks like today maybe not. So we may get into it a little bit later. But the point of smart credit is it's credit monitoring, the best credit monitoring tool on the market. They have a free trial. They also do all 3 credit bureaus. They also know what your hiring index is, what your car insurance index is. They also report and show all 3 of your credit bureaus that I was already mentioned. The other thing, identity fraud up to $1 million for you and anyone in your present household. So there's a distinction. If you have a son, daughter, grandmother, anybody that lives outside of your home, that does not count. Everybody that lives in the same residence as you will also be covered. What is that in today's day and age? For peace of mind, that they actually help you and do everything, and it's insured up to $1 million. That's pretty serious. How much is it? $20 a month, $15 a month, $10 a month? Well, you'll be presently surprised. So I think you should go check it out and see what's going on. Now, I did find the video finally, so let's make this roll. Again, there's a link for Smart Credit. If you want to check it out, please use the link down below. It's very well worth it. Check this out.
Smart Credit is a fast, simple solution to a better credit score, more online privacy, and greater control of your money. Did you know the average person can add 97 points to their credit score but aren't aware of it? They don't even know how to get these points. Our average member adds 61 points in just 20 days using Smart Credit. That could save you $10,000 in interest on a car loan and over $100,000 in the life of the average mortgage loan. And Smart Credit is the only credit management system that gives you a spending and payment plan to help you add more points to your credit score. And if you already have a good credit score, this feature shows you how spending could affect your score and how to prevent losing these hard-earned points. Plus, we don't just show your credit score and provide alerts, we're the only ones to give you a personalized plan with action buttons to add points. Our patented action buttons allow you to communicate directly with your creditors and even your financial institutions to dispute errors, ID fraud, and more. No more mailing letters and no more long hold times. We also help protect you and your loved ones. Our $1 million whole family fraud and scam insurance covers your entire family in your household at a much lower cost than the competition. And by the way, have you Googled your name lately? You may be shocked by how many websites expose and sell your private information. Use Privacy Master to easily request the removal of your information to stop these sites from selling it permanently, all with the push of a button. Another way we beat the competition, our Money Manager feature finds your bank accounts so you can link them without searching. We also have instant statements and action buttons to ask questions, fix problems, and reverse unrecognized credit card charges directly with your financial institutions. Smart Credit. It only takes 1 minute to enroll. Get started today.
Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all, make your comments in the chat room or after the video. We'll still check the comment section. But anyhow, that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You get an overview. And again, the link is down below the video in the description. Now, let's get into some other things. As you know, I always discuss starting your own business. And when we talk about starting your own business, you guys know where I'm going with this. A lot of people are starting their own home-based business. And you don't want to, in my opinion, have your business at your home because there's a lot of crazy people in this world today. So therefore, you should have a virtual office. And I prefer Opus Virtual Office myself, even though it is $99 per month. There are some that are less, but there's several reasons why I like Opus Virtual Office. The link is down below if you want to sign up and to get $100 off the admin fee or the admin fee waived. You're going to use promo code as in you, G as in George, the number one. So YG1 for everybody on podcasts. All right. So there we go. Now, Opus Virtual Office, somebody actually answers the phone in your business name. So it's a live operator. But first, before that, you have your own business phone number and business fax number that they put on 411. That is major in itself. How much would you pay for a business phone number these days and a business fax number and somebody to answer your phone? They will transfer a call to, well, you can designate whether they give you a voicemail system as well. So you can designate it voicemail system or to your cell phone or another business number, whichever way you want to do it. But the benefit also is it's at a commercial address, which means they have offices, boardrooms, and they have a receptionist there. So if you ever needed an actual office, you can pay like $25 per hour or $35 per hour, depending on the size of the unit or size of the room, and do it that way. And once again, professional, and you have a place to meet besides what a lot of people do, Starbucks or wherever else, right? So the other important factor is you want to start business credit. They report your business to business credit. So it'll help your business improve your business credit scores, which is also a bonus. You can also pick out your own phone numbers. They have like 10 to 20 of them, and you can pick them out. They generally have some pretty good numbers. I don't know how they get these, but they're pretty good. So you'll have a choice when you do sign up, and it's $99 per month. And if you pay 12 months, you get 1 month free. It's a tax write-off as well, ladies and gentlemen. And they have places all over the United States and in Canada. So that'll help out a myriad of people. You won't have a problem. But the main thing is when you work out of your home, you kind of don't want to have your home address on your paperwork. If you get sued, potentially they're going to try and tie your business to you personally. And since America's the most litigious country in the world, I would not risk it. All right. So all I'm saying is, but I started off with that business, but there's something else I want to talk about for business. So I'll give you an example of something. So you're out here starting your business. Most businesses buy assets. Whatever you're doing for business, you generally are going to have inventory. That inventory that you have actually does have a value. That's right. The inventory has a value. So I'll just give you an example. Doing restaurant equipment business, for instance. If I buy restaurant equipment and then total all of a sudden it's $50,000, $100,000 is sitting in the warehouse, guess what? I can actually get a loan against my assets that my business has. What does it look like? It looks like that is business equipment, restaurant equipment. Yes, somebody will say, okay, Eric, it's worth 100,000. We'll give you a loan for 20 or 15. All right. That's one. You can do several things when you own a business. So now let's just put it in another different way. I own a gym. All right. I don't own a gym. I'm just saying you own a gym and you now charge people $25 per month. Over the course of a month, you have them under contract. That $25 per month equals $300 a year. You sign up 500 people times $300. I believe that's $15,000. So now that piece of paper, you actually leverage it because you can take it to a finance company, especially if you have a track record, and you're saying, I get 15,000 a month. I got 18,000 this month. I got 14,000 this month. I got 20,000 this month. They will enter into a deal with you where they'll say, okay, we'll buy out your paper. And then the people, your customer, will pay the finance company instead of the gym. You just leverage the paper at that rate, and then they might say we'll give you $7,000 for every 15,000, let's say. All right. So now you don't have to wait on that $300 or $25 every month per person. Now you're sitting there going, okay, I have 7,000 this month, 7,000 or more the following month. You're getting paid a little up front, but you have cash flow. So again, your personal credits, well, it's not needed. You actually have assets. You have something on the books. We have a lot of people here that does real estate. And we have a lot of people who do Airbnb. Walt Lewis, appreciate you, E-Bird. Thank you so much, Walt Lewis, for saying that, and I appreciate your support as well. And a lot of people do real estate, and they do short-term rentals. Did you know your short-term rentals, if you had, like, let's say you have $200,000 a year coming in, and you've had that, let's say, last year, you can actually get a loan against that for upcoming reservations, because you can already see your upcoming booked reservations, and you can have on your books, let's just say $75,000 for the rest of the year so far. You can actually use that as an asset to use to get credit and loan. There's several different ways you can do this, but you may notice one thing: assets are involved. Assets are needed. Something of tangible items must be used. And speaking of tangible items, I am going to put this up here because we're talking about stocks earlier. So I have to talk about this. Here is Buffett, who says this: Warren Buffett's secret sauce for investing success: be a business pickers, not a stock pickers. Notice he says business pickers. This is very, very powerful, because business is where he always invests, because he wants tangible products. I can't blame him, because that means you're going to have consumers. That's why he loves the Coca-Cola. That's why he loves the Geico, because it's insurance. This is why he loves a bunch of oil, airline industries, car rentals. He has it all in his portfolio. But he loves businesses that create something to help consumers. Now, the reason why I mention this is because when you're doing your business, this is exactly how you can get somebody to invest in your business, even for a private company. Think about that. So now we set you up. You're thinking about getting your own business. Then you're thinking about having shares for your business privately. And then you can sell equity or shares of your business as another credit vehicle or another way to obtain a loan. So again, I haven't even talked about you needing good credit yourself, because if you have all these assets, you can just write your own ticket. And this is why the wealthy get wealthier and everybody else gets left behind. But what we're talking about here with Warren Buffett's secret sauce and why he's picking businesses, not picking why he doesn't like things such as, let's say, Bitcoin, right? Because it doesn't produce anything for the individuals, even though he invested in a company in a crypto bank in South America that has been hush hush, but he's done that. So he actually has some crypto exposure at this moment, even though he will not just buy it outright and say it outright. And I can't blame him, but that's what it is. All right. So these are the type of things that you have to think about, how your good credit and assets can build wealth. Well, here goes the one that we've been talking about also with regard to real estate. So when we start talking about real estate, now the mantra for 2024, buy a home. Not yet. You're going to have to wait until after July, August of this year to even think about it. All right. We still haven't had enough pain for home prices to come down. They're not anywhere near 50% as I predicted. They've only come down 15%, 10%. That's about it. 25% in some. I smell a rat. How what it is, the federal government is giving, the big boys, the guys billionaire bankers. They're giving them free loans right now to go up and go buy homes. 250 here, 100 here, 50 there. And they're giving these guys 10, 15, 20, 30, $50 million. And then they're supposed to go around and rent the homes. And when they control rental of the homes, then that means we're in trouble. So this is why here, the SSN Nation, we fighting back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we fighting back because we need to be buying homes, assets, multifamily properties. We need to be handling those because the more the oligarchs get them, the balance of power is over. You guys have to understand the top 10% of the wealthiest own 70% of the wealth in America. 70%. After this next situation where the interest rates get up to whatever they get up to, and then after they reduce them sometime into this year is my prediction, that's when they'll start. And then in 2024, all hell is going to break loose because now you and the big boys with millions of dollars or billions of dollars will be able to get loans at a lower price. And now all assets will blow up. Now, speaking of assets blowing up, this is what's going to happen in the real estate game. This is why we want people to think about real estate later this year and into 2024, because we're going to ride the wave, so to speak. We're going to catch the wave in surfer terms. What I mean by this is whatever the home prices come down to, or real estate, multifamilies, whatever happens, you're going to have to pick something up. If you haven't already, put it under contract by pre-construction. You got to do something. The reason why I say this is you could purchase a $350,000 house, let's just say in December of 2023. By 2025, when the Federal Reserve gets their interest rates back down under 4%, well, they don't actually do it, but the mortgage lenders, 4%, 3.75, that home is going to go up astronomically. It could be $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 over the next 2 to 3 to 4 years. If you were able to buy something at $300,000, $350,000, $200,000, $250,000, and it does 3 times the number, and you actually have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 of equity that you didn't have to work for, other than the fact you had to work for making the monthly payments on the home, you come out like a bandit, because you should be tapping it and saying, hey, I'm going to refi this at this low rate, and you should be taking 200,000 or 300,000 or whatever you want, 150,000 out, and saying, give me another asset, put it into another asset that's going to pay you, not a risk asset. So that means stock market. It could be another real estate. It could be an existing business that has been making money, low risk business that's been making money that you can get equity stakes in, some asset that's going to give you a return on that money, free money at this point. So that's another way how your good credit and assets can build wealth. You may need a decent credit score. You will need a decent credit score to buy a home or get access to property, except when you're here in the SSN Nation, you guys already know the workaround, and actually no credit check, no quality, no entry. And we have James Way in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to your name. And James Way brings his tagline this evening. Good evening, all. The rent is too damn high. He's got that right. And that's why you want to control some rent properties, because the rent will continue to go high. The Federal Reserve, they have nothing on inflation. They can't do jack crap. All they're going to be doing is reducing the interest rate, allowing the big boys, the oligarchs, to get more multifamily properties, get homes, and then it's going to be a nation of renters. 20-25% after this next little bubble situation occurs are going to be renting. And you're going to be at the mercy of something crazy where rental rates go from, oh, I'm paying $1,300 per month. And then they say your new lease says $1,800. That's what's going on here in America. No protection for ordinary citizens. That's us, the OCs. So anyhow, James Way, thank you so much for being here in the house. In case you're watching this live stream and you can't get into the chat room, there's a reason. On Wednesday night live streams, only members with the icon, such as James Way, members of the channel, they're the only ones that can be in the chat room. Everybody else can watch. Victor Marrero, he chimes in. He says, real estate, long-term rent is now a tremendous passive income asset. Exactly. Especially in places like Florida. That's exactly right, Victor Marrero. Actually, it's in all the places, Victor Marrero. It's the goal. It doesn't matter where you are. Landlords have been increasing rates like 15, 20, 25, 30% in almost every state. This is why these BlackRocks, Blackstones, and companies are now trying to get their 25, 50, $100 million loan so they can buy up condo projects, they can buy up single family homes, they can buy up multifamilies. And since they can get interest rates at interest only for 10 years or 15 years, they get an advantage. 1%, 2%, 3% loans for 10 years. And it's a commercial loan, not a residential, commercial loans. When somebody can borrow $50 million and owe like $500,000 a year in taxes. That's insane. That's really insane. All right. When you think about it, that is crazy. They have a clear advantage. They just have to pay $40,500 a month. And they get to go out here and buy $50 million worth of property. That is crazy. They're going to be bringing in damn near probably $1 million a year in profits if they spend if they spent $25 million on real estate. So this is a win for them straight out the box. We don't have that luxury. So what do? We go a different route. We're going with Professor Auntie Val is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. She has the icon next to her name, and she brings her tagline, good evening, fam, with the strength, with the heart, with the support. Thank you so much for being here once again. And she's the one entrepreneur also in the house. We're waiting for the beach. I can't remember the name. Beachfront? No, it's not beachfront. Beachside? Okay. Coffee. That's what we're waiting for. The coffee. She's manufacturing. She's getting some things done. We're going to find out about it here maybe a month, maybe 2, maybe 3. But we got to find out and we got to show some love and support. Miracle Bro, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon he has. And he brings his tagline, SSN Family Unite. And he's got the 1%er tag. That's right. He's got the special emoji for a 1%er, and he's going to try and be there. Miracle Bro's off to a good start. He has an asset, and he's going to be able to possibly, if he wanted to, borrow against that asset to go out here and get some more assets. That's a beautiful thing if you can find them. All right. Let's see what else. You can also do a secured loan against your savings. That is true, for an extremely low interest rate. This can be an option to beat current high interest rate. Not for everyone, but use the bank's money. Victor Marrero, thank you so much for chiming in. I love that. That is an unused, untapped source. A lot of people, if you're going to have your money in a bank and you might have 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 or more, and you say, hey, I want to go out here and get a loan, and you go, oh, I want $5,000. They go, oh, sir, that'll be 14%. But little did you know, you have money in there already. You can borrow against that secured amount. You could say, give me against the amount on my account. They'll block that out. Let's just say $5,000. They'll lock it out. And then you have a monthly payment that you pay. But the interest that you're going to pay on that's not going to be 14%. It's usually single digits because it's actually secured. So that's one of those things. Oh, I was right. I had the beach right at first. So thank you so much, Victor Marrero. Using banks' money is what we want to do, ladies and gentlemen. And notice I was talking about leverage. Notice I'm talking about using paper, using assets. We're getting money from the bank, using other people's money, and we're winning other people's money. When I gave you the house income, how you're going to do that house hacking, asset building. All right. Beachfront Java. There we go. Beachfront Java is what's it's going to be. It's going to be called, ladies and gentlemen. So we're waiting for it. And I agree with this, use the bank's money. That's what we're doing here. So when I give real estate example on why you buy a home, if you haven't already gotten one before pre-2021, then you want to get one now. Or you can do what we talk about here, construction loans. Why pre-construction? Because you're already putting skin in the game. You're generally putting 10% down and generally 20 to 30% during construction. And at the end of 2 to 3 years, then you have already put in 40% down. And then you go to the bank and say, hey, I put 40% down. Will you give me my 60% LTV, loan to value? They'll probably say, hell yeah. Or generally, pre-construction homes go up in value. But why not ride the wave that's going to happen here in 2024, 2025 when the real estate goes up? So if you already have something under contract for pre-construction, your property value through 2 to 3 years from now should be up substantially. It's already going to be up because it's going to increase in value once it's built. But now you're going to get that extra boost. So you buy something for 100,000, it could be worth 300 or 250,000. You have $150,000 equity. Actually more than that, because you already put down 40%. So you owe 60,000. They tell you your property is worth 220. Now all of a sudden you have over $100,000 in equity, over 150, quite frankly. And the next thing you know, you're sitting there saying, well, wait a minute, you mean I can finance this and take out like $70,000 and go get myself an asset that pays me? That's what they're telling you. That's what you should be thinking about, because what's going to happen next is the rise in asset prices. And it's going to be several different reasons why. But one main one is because interest rates, borrowing money is going to be cheap. All right, here we go. Let's see. Miracle Bro says, is it best to create an LLC for rental properties prior to acquiring the property to protect the asset? I like to recommend that. I would. Now, are we talking about in the United States? Because if you're in the United States, that's highly recommended. Quite frankly, you don't have to do it, but I would say it's highly recommended because we're in the litigious states of the United States. All right. And what you also want to do, let's get into this a little bit, Miracle Bro. When you get your LLC for that company, you want to use somebody that's not associated with you in any way. The registered agent could be another company, somebody that's not registered. You don't want your name on any of the LLC paperwork. So therefore, the company is totally separate, because if you're going to have real estate properties or rental properties, I mean, the odds of being in a lawsuit could happen over time. You just don't know when, or nothing may happen. But the fact of the matter is, that's how you protect yourself, because if your name is on your LLC paperwork, somebody sues you, well, then that's what opens the door for them trying to get your personal assets as well. Whether they get that or not is a whole nother thing. Generally, no. But you still want to just have the name on there, so when they need to do anything, it only is serve the business as a separate entity. They're not sitting there going, well, we have Miracle Bro LLC, and we see Miracle Bro is on here as the agent or on here as the owner, and so therefore we're going to sue Miracle Bro and Miracle Bro LLC. You don't want your name anywhere, so you're just going to have Miracle Bro LLC Real Estate, or Miracle Bro Real Estate LLC, let's say, and then it's an agent. Then you're going to see nothing but an address and the business name. Generally, that's how you want to set it up. All right. And that limits your exposure with regard to rental properties. I'm just saying. So yes, if you're outside of the United States, now that's a different story. So when we start talking about Dominican Republic, for instance, Dominican Republic is a country that has laws based on the United States. So that's a good thing. So the property is deeded. That's a good thing. But if you put a business in the DR, they treat businesses how we were supposed to treat businesses in the United States, similar to what Nevada does. The businesses pay taxes. You cannot get out of it. So when you have a comfort tour law where you pay no taxes for 15 years, and then you have an LLC in the Dominican Republic, and you say, hey, I'm going to put an LLC for my business, your business is now under taxation. You can't do what you do here in America where there's all these write-offs. It's mandatory. You're paying a tax strictly to the Dominican Republic, not the United States. But if you do that also, you have income from outside the United States as a U.S. citizen, you have to pay tax on the money anyhow. So now, are you wanting to pay tax to the United States government and you're going to pay tax to the Dominican Department of Tax? You're going to pay twice? I don't think that's a good idea. So anyhow, the lawyer said, Johan said, Eric, man, don't do it right now. You can always worry about that later. I was like, okay, because he's like, you won't have comfort tour. Your LLC is going to have to pay taxes here. You can't get around it. I was like, okay, say no more. But in the United States, it works out very, very well, where you should have an LLC because we are in the litigious United States of America, and it's no joke out here. All right? Everybody wants to sue everybody, especially if they think you have assets. All right. So this is how your good credit, which actually good credit is, well, you don't need it so far for everything that I've talked about. And assets can build your wealth, which is what I've been talking about. So that's why we want to build businesses, why we want to have stocks, why you want to have real estate, why you want to have even land is considered real estate, because you can always borrow against. So you guys know the story. A lot of you have already been here before. People have land. In fact, Professor Antival has land, I believe. The land has a value. So if you want to actually build something, so let's just say your land is worth $150,000. You could go to the lenders and say, hey, I want to use this as the last construction loan guys, and the construction loan guys will say, okay, we'll take your land as we'll give you, let's say $60,000, $75,000 to get the rolling and construction loan. You'll be like, okay, so you can actually build something. It could be even multifamilies, as long as you have land and you can use it as collateral. Now, will you need credit? It depends on who you go through. A lot of people don't need credit because what they're using the land itself as collateral. Once again, you put yourself in position because you have already the asset, and you put yourself in position to sit there and say, okay, this is what I want. Now you get that money, and now you build your asset or go buy the asset. It's that simple. Okay. Now, James Way says sound is dropping out. This is not good. This is not good. Thank you for letting me know. Let me see if I can do adjustments around here anywhere. But let's see. Let's see here. James Way, let me know if that's any better. All right. You guys, let me know if that's any better. Hopefully it's I don't know why I'm having this buffering issue all of a sudden. It's kind of weird. So I'm gonna do something in the back office that you guys can't see, but hold. Let's see here. But anyhow, I lost my train of thought as I was talking about this. But thank you so much, James Way. Let me know if you guys can hear me better now, or if it's still choppy, dropping, or something, because the screen briefly went out on me. I don't know why, and I'm having a little issue. But nonetheless, you guys understand how your good credit, and so far we've talked about credit is not even needed. Now, speaking of credit, again, down below in the description, If you need to improve your personal credit score, I have several ways that you can do it. Number one, credit monitoring system by Smart Credit. That's down below. They have a free trial right now. I have Credit Strong. I have Self Lender. I have Tone Credit Card. All of these companies do not do hard inquiries. Discover Card Secured. This you after 7 months, they review your account. If you made 6 payments on time, then they release the deposit. And now you have an unsecured Discover card. So that actually helps. So again, internet gremlins. Well, this is not. Let me go check something. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I'm going to have to go check my settings here real quick and see what we have here for the audio. But hopefully the gremlins are gone, because this is not good. Yeah, this is not good. Everything should be set up proper. I don't understand, but it's happening. Gremlins in the system again. This is what happens when we're trying to help the OCs. That's us, the ordinary citizens, who's trying to become emerging millionaires. And by the way, you can get the gear at stopstrugglingnow.com. That's where we're going with this. All right. Again, it's always a way out of everything. But the bottom line, if it's in America and around the world, it needs something. Whether you are the asset yourself, or you have to work for it, or you create assets out of thin air, such as a company or business or something like this, there's different ways you can do this. So we want you to do something, because this next great transfer of wealth is going to leave behind so many people if you haven't been setting yourself up for success early. And now, unfortunately, time is running out. This is what I believe. We're going to see in the next 2 to 3 years if I'm correct, but I believe that's what's going to happen. Because when this interest rate comes down, where it's a 3%, 3.5 or lower for the oligarchs, they will be buying up anything and everything. It's going to be out of control, because they can. They will be getting cheap money, and they will not care about how they spend it, which will balloon prices all across the board. So that also means we get more money. You guys know what I'm talking about. Check out the video I dropped earlier today. It was another video that update the NFT, the one that can build millionaires potentially. You need to go check that out. All right? Check out that video. Don't miss out on this. This is something that you don't want to miss. Flow NFT. Some people are still not believers. I can't blame them, but I would do that. All right. Morrell says, Miracle Bro, LLCs here in Florida provide you liability protection and minimize taxes, but the draw are the ongoing filing and fees to stay in compliance. Be careful. Get tax advice. That's very, very true. Very true. One for a year. You always have to, between January and May 1st, you have to re-up your LLC or C Corp. So, and isn't it, I think it's $125 to get an LLC in Florida, but your property's in Florida. So there you go. Thank you so much, Victor Morrell, for mentioning that. But that does do it. But again, the whole purpose of real estate is to make money. So if you're making money, you won't mind the minor fees that you're going to have to pay. It's minor in reality. But he's gave a good advice here. Get tax advice. Be careful. Exactly. So again, don't go in there thinking you're going to be able to do it yourself. Go to some professionals. You're going to have to pay the professionals, whatever that is, a little bit. But it's very wise to use professionals to get things set up properly. Setting up, just like buying real estate, your best deal is when you begin. Make sure everything is right from the beginning. So then that way you don't have to fix it later. All right. Let's keep going. Now, we've been doing this for how long? Almost about an hour now. So I'm going to throw down, one of the little promos. So some people are new here. So let's do one of the videos. In fact, in about 1 month and a half, we're going to be in the Dominican Republic, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I haven't promoted it that much. It's going to be a very small crowd. Only less than probably 10 to 15 people will be in the Dominican Republic April 12th through the 16th. And there's going to be more news about that coming out. But that just lets me know what I need to show here. This is over here. In fact, let's do the long version. All right. The Pearl Beach Club long version, a little interlude so you get the SSN lifestyle thoughts and ideas in your head. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We're going to have a little bit of fun in the DR, a little bit of business activity for SSN Lifestyle. And that also means smash that like button here and click the all notification bell by subscribing and then clicking the all notification bell. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, your good credit can continue, ladies and gentlemen, because if you have good credit, well, then it's enough is said. You have a 750 credit score, 740 credit score higher, then that means you can leverage your credit score, use that to buy assets at lower interest rates. And we must clarify, assets mean they pay you. So when somebody says an asset is a house, traditionally it's not, because people work for their homes and the home does not give you any money back. On the flip side, if you buy at the right price and the price appreciates ridiculously, like what happened in 2021 and 2022, 20% increase, basically around 45% increase in 2 years or more in some cases, that's when it's an asset, because you can tap into the equity. Again, your good credit helps you build wealth. Credit is an asset in itself. So this is why you must maintain or try to maintain this right there. All right. Let's see. Victor Morel, in his case, I'm assuming you will go for sole proprietorship. Agree with Eric. Don't try to Google to find the cheapest one. If you see an LLC online for 200, run. They're taking you for a ride. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. You need somebody that knows what they're doing when they're setting this up for you and getting everything together with their accounting, the taxes, and all that. Exactly. Somebody says 200, you might as well forget that. You need to, they should be at least 3 times that amount, just so you know, 500, 600, something like that, 800. But anything less than that, yeah, it's not going to be a good experience, because you're going to have certain wording. You're going to have to protect yourself by putting certain words in your LLC articles. So again, these are the type of things that you shouldn't leave, because again, a liability, real estate can be a liability, because a lot of people in America, they get pressed and they start doing crazy things. fraudulent claims. And the next they're trying to get in yours. So instead of the LLC pocket. So again, Victor Morrell chiming in. Thank you so much once again. And this is what we're talking about here. We get you in position, ladies and gentlemen. It's what do you do once you're in position. After that, you have to be the go-getter around here. Now, your good credit. Your good credit can put you in position to actually buy assets, almost any asset. So again, that's self-explanatory, no matter what it is. But remember this, assets pay you. So if I'm sitting here going to go buy a car, does the car pay me? No, that's not an asset. If I'm going to go over here and buy some real estate and I know I can rent it out or I can use it as storage units or storage yard or something, then that's an asset. So oftentimes you don't need credit. So I just gave you that storage unit situation. I've talked about this before. You can go to Discount Lots. They have it where you can no credit check, no qualifying, to buy land, whether it's acres, lots, 3 lots, 2 acreage. Down payment, make monthly payments. This is not a good time to buy land either because land prices are higher than normal. When home prices go down significantly, land prices go down significantly. So you can wait a little bit longer. All right. But discountlots.com, you can go over there and check it out for yourself. And once again, you can put yourself in position. Now, again, you can borrow against land. That's a possibility. And your credit will come into play more than likely if you just try to borrow it as a loan and collateralize, basically refinance or finance the land, which a lot of people don't like to do because there's nothing on there. So that's why you want to do something where you use the money to put something on there. And that way you have created an added value for the lot and the land itself. So now you've increased the value and now you're in business. And now you've done 2 things. You have real estate as an asset and you have a business that you started as an asset. Win, win, win. Can't lose that way, ladies and gentlemen, either. All right. And again, it may or may not be needed. So again, you can turn your good credit in and ask work. But once again, just think about all these little different things that you can do, because over the next 2 years, it's going to be very important that you've positioned yourself one way or another into that space where you can say, hey, I have passive income coming in here. And the fact that they raised everything 20% more or 30% more, you're going to sit there and say, okay, phew, I'm glad I did this because I thought my expenses on the month was $4,000 a month. Now, all of a sudden it's $5,000. Just like that. You never know what can happen. My expenses used to be $1,500 a month. All of a sudden it's $2,500. Did you get that extra $1,000 raise or something like that, right? Or $1,000 of profit from somewhere just to stay even. If you want to stay ahead, you have to make more. So again, this is how we leverage our credit. This is how you leverage your assets. And you don't want to stop this next time. You're going to have to keep going. You don't get to say, oh, you don't get to do 1940s, 1950s, 1960s stuff. Just say, hey, I retired. I get a Social Security check, and that's good. That's not going to be good. So there we go. Let's go. Eric, have you signed up with Larimar already? Remember how that works? Prices keep going up. Okay, look, they blocked Unit 605, allegedly. Now I'm using allegedly. They blocked Unit 605 about a week, 10 days ago, probably a week ago. So I started looking at my phone because today or yesterday, Gennaro's assistant, I messaged her and I said, hey, are you going to send me details on the deposit instructions? She says, what do you mean? You don't have a unit. I go, what do you mean? You sent me a message, a text that you can see on Sunday. When I asked you on Sunday, I said, hey, you still got my Unit 605 blocked, right? And you sent back a message saying yes. So how is it on Tuesday You're asking me, what am I talking about? So now, check which Gennaro sends me a message this morning and talks about, well, I have Elizabeth here. I'm going to talk to her about whatever. I'm like, but he never sent me a message back going, yes, Eric, you have 605. So the answer is no. And by the way, they started charging more on the floor. So you can still buy 118,900 for a 2-bedroom. But then if you go up to like the 6th floor, it's 129 500, 129,500. If you're up on the 11th floor, I believe that's 133,000. That's what George's Charles has, 133,900. So 6 and 11 is 5 floors. So yeah, I guess they're charging 1,000 per floor, maybe something like that. So no, I haven't signed anything. So we're in disarray right now, and they have no more ocean view unit in the front of the building. Now the only back corner, yes, you can see between the buildings and still see ocean view. That's true, but the one you really want is the one up front. So when you're in your living room and in your balcony, you have direct view to downtown Punta Cana and the horizon of the ocean on the horizon. So yeah, I'm in disarray. I'm a little upset because guess what? There's no more units that are up front besides in Tower 2, Unit 7 on blocked. So unless that person doesn't go through with it, there won't be any more units if they somehow I don't have my unit 605, because there's units below 6th floor. Hotels are going to be 4 floors high. So they normally hotels have something on their roofs. So potentially you don't want to be on the 5th floor. You want to be on the 6th floor minimum. So that's why I'm a little upset about this, because now I might be having to wait and see if somebody cancel. But so far, or wait till, well, I don't really want to wait till building the next phase over for the next buildings up front, because I have a feeling those are going to be something like 160, 170. That's not good. So that's just it. It's crazy. What? They sold out. That's just first tower, right? You still have the other towers. Yes, Victor Morero. So don't let, no, they haven't sold out. So I misstated what I meant. What I mean is the ocean up front. So imagine corners. The building, let's just say unit 1 is 3. They have direct view to downtown on the front. So all those 05 and 07 units in Tower 1 from the 6th floor to the 15th floor are sold. According, I don't know if I still have my 605, but let's just say I still have my 605. So 05 and 07 units that have direct ocean view, those are all sold out. Now, there's plenty of units still in the building, of course, but the ones that are directly up front, those are sold. Tower 2, they are units 01 and units 10. So 601, 610, 701, 710. All those have been sold. Except 701, just a person go. Then if I don't have my 605, then that would be my last hope at the current time to get the ocean front unit type that I wanted. So all the rest of the units, so the ones that are behind or on the side, there's plenty of units still available. Not plenty, but all I'm saying is there's at least 50, 40, probably 40 units left. And if you go below the 5th floor, the 3rd, 4th, 2nd floor, there's availability. Because you're blocked by the hotels, you don't have any view. So most people either took the ground floor or they took 6th floor and up. And then some people did take 2, 3, and 4, but they have like 50 units in each building still available. And then Tower 3 and Tower 4 just came out. And in Tower 3 and Tower 4, if you pick units 05 and 07 or 01 and 10, then you're going to be on the corner of the building. So you'll be able to see through the building and you'll have ocean view too. Partially. though, not just full on. You'll have partial, which is still amazing. So either way, you're going to still do good. But I actually wanted one straight up at the front. So it's my wait so long to actually commit, but hey, that's the way it is. So no, they're not sold out. And like I said, buildings Tower 3 and Tower 4, they have probably 100 units in Tower 3 and 4. But you can only get Tower 1, 2, 3, and 4, or M1, Tower M1 and M2. M1 and M2, those are luxury. They're higher. They're $300 and some $1,000 for the units in M1 and M2. So that's the way it goes. So no, not sold out. They'll be sold out. More people about these guys because there were realtors who were in title up until basically a month ago. Realtors didn't really want to sell the project because they said, oh, no way. These guys have 15 stories and all this, that, and the other. And then, of course, you guys know I have the paperwork on it because I think I shared it here where I said, I don't know what you're talking about, but here's the paperwork. And I said, look, he has it stamped by the government and it says they can build up to 15 floors. And it actually shows they're describing the apartment. And I had the pamphlet that they submitted. I had it all. And I'm like, I don't know where you're getting this information. You can just go down to the offices, the government offices, and go look at the docs. They stamped them. It's signed. It's official. It's a wrap. So now people started talking about it a little bit more in Punta Cana, the realtors there. But there's a lot of projects that, let's just call it what it is, that cost a little bit less, just like the Seven Palms. At Vista Cana, it was $99,000 or whatever for a 2-bedroom there, and a 1-bedroom was $79,000, I believe, something like that. So you have many things that people might think that it's better because Larimar is going to take, first things are going to come out September 2025. It's like a 8 to 10 year project because of it's going to be massive. So a lot of people are saying, well, 2027 is 4 years from now, 2020, and that's a long way. But if they're building a city out there, so it's going to be interesting. So anyhow, no, not sold out, just the ocean views, unless somebody cancels or changes to another building or something. But you have to be, well, 5th floor. So you know what? Let me check this out. It's on that. So let's see what we have here. All right. So I'm going to play a little video. Check this out. I need to just real quick. It's about 3 minutes. So another one of these videos, and then I'll be
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is what you work hard for. Have a little fun, get around. That's the meaning of working hard, right? A lot of people, when they get a windfall of money, what's the first thing they do? Oh, I'm going on vacation. This is vacation money. No, wrong. What you want to do is you want to actually have that asset money coming in, that passive income coming in. So then this way you go, okay, I have a little bit of extra change and I don't have to worry about it because I have passive income come in. Now, once again, down below video in the description box, there's several things that's regarding credit. Opus Virtual Offices, National Credit Direct, which helps boost or improve your credit score. Smart Credit helps you monitor your credit score, and they have benefits as well. Credit, Miracle Cash, and more. Crypto, a .crypto domain name. This is so people can send it to stopstrugglingnow.crypto. You can send me any crypto. That's right. Instead of giving that 20 digits, alphanumeric characters, whatever it is, then you're going to sit there and say, you know what? Just send it to stopstrugglingnow.crypto. I don't have to give you any QR codes. I don't have to send you anything. I just tell you send the crypto, and it doesn't matter what crypto either. So that works out, right? Right now, 10, 15, 20, 25, $30 for your .crypto or .bitcoin or .wallet. It's all that unstoppable domain. It's worth holding on to because it's a one-time payment, no annual fee like a .com, nothing. It's one-time payment. You own it. It's on the blockchain. It's a wrap, which also means you will be able to put up websites. You can already. You can actually put up videos. You can already on your own website using your .crypto, .bitcoin, .wallet, .x, .nft. Those are all choices you have in Unstoppable Domain, ranging from, like I said, $10 up to sometimes $100, depending on the domain for a .x domain, .888, things like that. All right. So the link is down below. It's free minting also on the Polygon network. So you don't have to worry about anything in that regard. So it works all the way around, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So we're not too long. I just wanted to have this short good, and then assets can build wealth. If you have any questions, like I say, after this replay, you can always make comments down below, or you can send me a message at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. All right. If anybody has anything else they want to discuss, please let me know tonight. And please join us on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. That's what we have to do here. 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what the subject matter will be, but you know it's going to be a good subject discussion, and it's going to be something cool that's going to help you. So you know that. And tell your friends. Share the videos. Subscribe. Let everybody know about it, because this is the No Guru Zone. SSN Academy, SSN University, no books, no courses. We just answer questions. On Friday night, chat rooms open to everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. But Victor Marrero, hopefully by Friday, this is all sorted out, because I didn't want to miss out on the Ocean View. Wait till 2026 units become available in the next towers. And I don't want to take the risk of $50,000 going. But no, at Larimar, the prices have gone up that much. Stages, because it was $9 on all floors when it first started until you got to around the 12th. Now they started raising it $1,000 per floor, I think it is. Once you go past the 6th floor, at 5th or 4th floor, I can't remember how they got it. But anyhow, they have 4 towers available. All right. Ocean View from half, well, actually 3/4 of the building has partial or full ocean view. Only if you're directly in the back in a 1-bedroom unit, because they face directly back. That's the only unit that will not have any partial ocean view. So actually it's built pretty cool. The buildings, allegedly, according to the paperwork that they filed with the government, the towers are 100 yards apart. So you can see that's a wide area. So people who are in the back of the building, you're going to have peekaboo or partial ocean views from your balcony, even if you're on the back side, on the side. So those are 2-bedroom units in the back. And then on the side of the building, there's 2 1-bedroom units. So everybody on their balcony, they all have partial ocean view. And you'll have partial pool view as well. Well, actually, you'll have full pool view because the pool is in the back. So those are the kind of things that will happen. So the buildings are going to be pretty nice. In fact, if they keep the 100-meter distance that they have, that's a big distance between buildings. That's pretty. The Larimar, number 1, number 2, number 1 project in all of Punta Cana. No credit check, no qualifying. Put down 1,000. No, 1-bedroom is 90,000. You can put down $9,000, which is 10%. And then I don't know what the payment is, but it's a 30-month payment. So that's 30,000, and it'll be roughly $1,000 a month. That's it. Or 2-bedroom, 123,000, let's say, because they start at 118, but either way, 10%, let's get 13,000, 12,000. Then you're going to pay roughly $1,400 a month, $1,350, something like that. All right. So that's the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Larimar, there's Cruise on Land. You can search the channel for this. This is no credit check, no qualifying. You know how we do this. Now, the NFT. Don't forget to check out the latest video. I dropped it earlier today. You want $1 million NFT for $5,000? You want $1 million NFT for $2,500? Take your pick. Check out the video that I dropped earlier today. Or you can search the channel for the $1 million NFT. There's several other videos, but the video I dropped today is updates, such as the 4,000 Vodafone's stores in Germany. And Germany says, we need some of your Miracle Cash and More product in our store. So there's pseudo sales centers for Miracle Cash and More. ATM, they're talking about. Can you imagine 2,000, 3,000 ATM machines in there? Point of sale systems. Can you imagine 2,000, 3,000 point of sale systems inside Vodafone? That's a cellular store in Germany, which is like an Apple store, like a T-Mobile store, like an AT&T store, same similar type of thing. Every transaction, getting a transaction fee. Every time somebody goes to ATM, every time somebody wants to borrow using the Miracle Deal, the evaluation or the valuation for the company, just off of that alone for all NFT holders, if somebody said you have 4,000 point of sale systems in Germany, in just Vodafone, not mom and pops, but let's just say in all of Germany. And then somebody says, yeah, I have a automatic vending machine or ATM machine in 4,000 locations. And we have Miracle Deal and More in 1,000 locations where people can borrow to buy the goods and services at this establishment. That's significant in itself. How much is an NFT worth? Is the NFT still worth $5,000? Because people in Germany bought their NFTs for $5,000. And at one time when they first came out, I think they were $1,000. So clearly that would make it worth well more than $1,000, right? So you now know they're doing this in other countries. So like in Spain, the Vodafone has a deal or partners with the cellular company in Spain that has stores. It's not as many as Vodafone. I think it was 1,000 or 1,500, I believe, somewhere like that. Now they could have the same setup in Spain for 1,500 or 1,000 stores. Now their name's getting out there, and then they have actual stores. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So if you want to get Miracle Cash and More and you want to pay $5,000 for a UK NFT and you want to pay $2,500 for a Benelux NFT, that's Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Those are the 3 countries that involve the Miracle Cash and More businesses and stores. Then I suggest you use the link down below, Miracle Cash and More, and there'll be information down there below the video. Now, if you say, I don't have an amount of money, we have our own group economic plan, Ring of Fire, where you can put in $250. And that's called the Cash Flow NFT $5,000 business opportunity. That link is down below. That takes you to SSN Lifestyle. and you can sign up for 250, 500 and up. It has a 250 increment. So therefore, we're up to $1,500. We're going up to $5,000 for that NFT. So we need 3,500 more. So you can only put in, you can put in if you want. The percentage you put in, you contribute. That's the percentage you're going to get when they start issuing commissions starting at the end of March. All right. The first commissions aren't going to be that much because stores haven't been fully formed except in only a couple of locations. And they're adding stores starting at March, April. And so as they add those stores online, business starts getting in. The checks might be $100 for the first month, for all I know. The next month, it could be $300. But once they keep building these ATMs, once they keep building their business, next thing you know, the checks are going to get larger and larger every month. And then it's passive income entirely. No monthly payments required, no monthly fees. There's no surprise. Once you put me in, that's it. All for then is passive income. Do your own due diligence is all I can say. But if you want to join us at the SSN Life, $1,500 is what we're at right now. We need more than $250 minimum. That's 5%. So again, I'll use simple numbers. If there's ever commission that comes across in any month, that's $1,000. If you put in 5%, or which is $250, that means you will have a check for $500 a month for a $250 investment or contribution. If you put in 500, that's 10%. So the person that put in 500, they would have $1,000 commission check coming. That's how simple we're doing it. And Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to your name. And you say, good evening, SSN family is the tagline. ABMM, if you're not familiar with that phrase, always be making money. And shows the bag. He helps out, ladies and gentlemen. He's part of the SSN Nation. So go to his channel too, Chilly Davis with 2 L's, Chilly Davis. Go check him out. He drops some gems every day, it seems like. And he's telling you news and information that you can use to improve your financial freedom. All right. Let's go. Good evening, SSN fam. So this that right. If you want to get involved with that, you can check out a video I dropped earlier today. It gives updates from the owner, which is Hakan. Gremlins in the system. Gremlins in the system. So the owner, Hakan, is answering questions. He's telling people what's going on. So you don't want to miss that video. Yes, it's 30 or 40 minutes long because I do interludes into it. I talk a little bit for 3-4 minutes, and I actually play a minute. Awesome. All right. So too many gremlins. But once again, I'm going to cut this short this evening because I want to get out of here. I have some things I need to do. And speaking of that Larimar deal, I got to sew that up for tomorrow. Make sure I have my unit, because I'm going to be sorely disappointed if I don't. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And, you know, we have to make things work. However, we have to make things work. Okay, let's go. Let's see. I saw something from Victor Morel. He was asking, who's getting the first commission for Miracle Cash? The UK NFT first? No. There's no first. It's if you're in your jurisdiction, because remember, if you have UK in whatever NFT you have, it depends on, there's several things going on because there's nothing in the UK right now. So in other words, they haven't opened a store. There's no ATMs, no nothing like that. But the company as a whole, they have exchanges. So remember, they have an exchange. So part of the exchange with all investors. So that's why I'm saying the checks are going to be small, because they don't have stores open. They don't have ATMs. They don't have point of sale systems. They don't have anything in the UK yet. But they do have exchange, a Miracle deal that they've let out in a few places. They do have other businesses that they have revenue from. So that's going to be shared with all NFT holders. So that's why I'm saying the first check might be $50 for all I know, $100. It could be $200. Who knows what it'll be? But actually shortly, because one of the things that came up is they're going to have a boogiegopherclub.com website. On the website, it's going to have financial details of all services. So NFT holders will always know what the company is making. And therefore, you'll be able to extrapolate what type of commission each NFT from which country, how much you will be getting for the month. It's supposed to be in real time. Now, if you check out the video that I dropped earlier today, you'll see in the excerpt over the 40 minutes, he talks about that a little bit. And that's pretty cool if they actually do it. Now, most companies would not do that, but he's claiming they're going to actually put the real numbers for all the world to see, fully transparent. So they're claiming right now in Cyprus, the company's doing roughly 200,000. Now, I don't know if he misspoke. He said 200,000 a day in revenue. I was like, wait, that's different than 200,000 a month. 200,000 a day in revenue is significant for this one store location in Cyprus. So I don't know. I have it hard to believe that it's doing 200,000 a day, because that means $6 million per month in revenue. Now, it's possible, but I don't know, because I'm not familiar with how they operate outside of the United States and do this type of business. So who knows what it is? But if it's 200,000 a day, like you said, that's $6 million per month in revenue. Profits, who knows what that is? Is that 1 million? Is that 2 million? I don't know. Is that, 800,000? All I know is that's pretty significant if it's 200,000 a day. So I want to believe it's 200,000 a month. All right. That's what I want to believe. So we'll find out. But no commissions. Every NFT holder's commissions. Like I said, there's an exchange. So everybody, the transaction fees, and for whatever that, everybody gets a part of that. Some people have stores, like they haven't opened the stores in Cyprus yet, but UK holders will get 50% of the profits from 2 new stores in Cyprus. They haven't opened them, but they're supposed to open them sometime this month of March. So once you get into April or May, then you'll start getting larger checks. So that'll be pretty cool. Plus, the UK store should be online by April as well. So now that next checks, let's say not April, but May, in the month of May, that check's going to be a lot larger than the one that comes out at the end of March, right? So that's what's going to happen here. And there should be commission for no matter which NFT you hold at the end of March. Doesn't matter. Countries are separate. So when you have stores in countries, the NFT holder will get benefit from those stores. On the exit plan, 4 to 5 years from now, the valuation of the company, clearly it's already over 250. Okay. First of all, they have a debt facility of $50 million. They're working on another debt facility of $250 million. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if this is all true, because again, I haven't seen any contracts, you know what I'm saying? If this is all true, the valuation of any right now, if they're giving them a $250 million loan or debt facility, that means the company's worth a hell of a lot more money now for all the NFTs that presently exist. So you guys can start extrapolating what this really means. But if you start really, the Merrill More brand is going to be worth $250 million. Well, actually, it's going to be worth more points. That's pretty significant. And that's $250 million. So this means they can easily be at $1 billion. Imagine, here's what's really, let's just put it this way. You made the Vodafone deal. That's 4,000 stores. You're going to make they have this telecommunications company in Spain. I don't remember the name. That's probably going to do it too. So you're talking about another 1,000 to 1,500 locations again. So you're up to 5,500. They have 1 store in Cyprus, 1 store in Germany, 1 store in Netherlands, Holland, one, I think they might have one in Turkey. I'm not sure, but anyhow, that's all they have right now. They have that and their business plan. And somebody said, here's 50 million, and somebody else is saying, we'll give you 250 million. What do you think the company's really worth if somebody's willing to give them that loan right now with that's all they have? Like I said, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, I believe they'll be in the $1 trillion range for evaluation, because they're going to be in not just the countries we're talking about, the 6 or 7 or 8 countries we're talking about now. They're going to be in the other EU countries. And that just means more ATMs, more point of sale systems, more miracle deals, more of the real estate landlord tenant insurance deal. That just means a whole bunch of other things. So if they're evaluating the company at this price point now, what do you think if once they have their 9 streams of income coming in? 9. So you can already figure, what's that, 2 billion, 3 billion? And that's just off of the existing numbers. What happens when those go crazy? And that's why I say it's going to be $1 trillion. I can easily see that, because it might not even be just Europe. This could be all of a sudden South America, be Africa, it could be Middle East, it could be anywhere, as long as the crypto is licensed and regulated. So it can grow easily. So we'll see. If you haven't gotten in yet, you can do it your way. $5,000, however you want to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap you on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. I want to thank you so much again for being here. I love you guys. If you ever want to talk about any subject matter at any live stream, you can always make a comment down below and ask questions. As members of the channel with the icons, you can always join me on screen anytime you want to. You always have the link under the community tab, the YouTube channel page, community tab. There's always a link for members only. No one else can see it. So you can always join me on screen. So I want to thank you, everybody, for your support, and I appreciate it greatly. And with all that said, always, always, always work hard and keep your head up. Keep moving, and I'm out.